This week's episode is brought to you by The Homie.
I was like, damn, nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass? Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass. The sun is still out, my nigga. And it was just, I don't know. I mean, that's The Homie.
Hello and welcome to Horror Movie Talk.
An opinionated and accidentally funny horror movie review show. Go, 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 go.
I just took a stroll through the scraggly woods. He had no face! Horror!
Sabrina, don't just stare at it, eat it.
New theatrical releases always get priority.
But we also review older horror movies, both good and horrible.
Wow, that didn't sound good.
Hello and welcome to Horror Movie Talk. Your panel of expert hosts this week are me, Professor David Day, the foremost expert in scare meow meows, and across from me sits...
Bryce Hansen. I have a PhD in spoopology.
You're a doctor. Today, I'd like to tell you guys to check out our website, horrormovietalk.com. From there, you can find links to all of our social media. And one of those places is our Facebook group full of, I'm not joking, the best people you've ever met in your entire life. You may think, I don't know, David, my mom and dad are very nice people. I've met the Pope.
Fuck your parents. Fuck the Pope.
Fuck those people. The people on the Facebook Horror Movie Talk group are salt of the earth in a good way, and you guys should check it out. We have just the best community on Patreon. We have the best community of any podcast ever. So fuck all the other podcasts, and fuck you if you think otherwise. You guys, you should check out our One Titty Challenge. It's gonna be wrapping up here shortly. You
got to get your orders in if you want that lawnmower 3.0 so you can participate.
You get yourself a lawnmower 3.0 using HMT at checkout. Get you 20% off and free shipping on whatever you buy on manscaped.com. And then you gussy up one of your titties real nice, make it pretty, presentable, maybe to get a design in there or something like that. And then in that Facebook group, you go ahead and tag, you show the picture of your Manscaped boob and the lawnmower 3.0 with the hashtag one titty HMT, and then you're entered into a contest to win a Google Home Mini and all the HMT stickers that I can throw at you. We post new episodes that challenge ends at the end of March, by the way, so we'll start judging in April. We post new episodes every single Wednesday, so make sure to like us and leave a review and all that baloney that people say. Call us if you'd like to get on the show at 682-253-4468. We have a great show today. We will be talking about the movie Butt Boy. We'll start out by giving a review and our score for the movie. We score on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, 5 being average, and 10 being so good that it transcends genre boundaries. After that,
I like how you say genre.
Genre boundaries. After that, we'll give our score and get into spoilers, take a deeper dive into what we liked or hated about the film. Later in this episode, we'll be doing a very common bit called Taglines, where we come up with alternate taglines that are fun, stupid, cringy, what have you, for the movie Butt Boy. We watched Butt Boy. And to be honest, it's simultaneously exactly what you think it is and nothing like you've ever seen before.
Uh-huh.
So I guess let's just get it directly into the trailer. Let's get this show on the road.
So what do you do?
Detective.
You look like every detective ever.
Oh, yes? How?
Just got the greasy hair and the earring. Looks good. You look good.
What about you?
What?
What do you do?
financial tragedy strikes Critica County today, as law enforcement have yet to make any headway on the missing child that vanished from Cathman Park this morning.
So you're asking me to go off this theory you got about a white married male who happens to be a father living in the suburbs of Critica County, who also happens to be your AA sponsor, has been secretly running around, cramming objects, animals, and children up his ass. Then he somehow digests them, and he does this in sprees, almost in serial killer fashion. Is that about it?
Uh-huh.
A lot of that was just song that I will probably have ended up I'll cut out by this point, so you'll just be like, "What? That was an abrupt intro."
It went like this in case kind of. It's like you're listening to it.
It is. It's very
exact.
Very interesting.
Copy.
So, Butt Boy, you can find it for free if you're a Prime member on Amazon right now. Butt Boy is the story of Chip, played by Tyler Cornack, a disaffected man in his midlife, and Russ, played by Tyler Rice, a greasy detective with a drinking habit. Chip realizes one day that his life is missing something, killing innocent people and animals for his own perverse enjoyment. Chip realizes he has gone too far when he kills a little baby. He swears off killing and joins Alcoholics Anonymous to find the support he needs to help quell his addiction. 9 years later, Chip meets Detective Gutchell at his weekly AA meeting and becomes his sponsor. Subsequently, Chip is spurred to kill again by Detective Gutchell's story of his love of alcohol and the high it gets him. What Chip doesn't realize is that Detective Gutchell is the man assigned to the missing boy case, the very boy Chip killed. What ensues is a terrifying game of cat and mouse. Will Chip keep killing? Will Detective Gutchell crack the case? Now, every iteration of the word kill that I just said, replace that with shoving things and people up his butt. And you have the movie Butt Boy.
I was almost wondering if you're trying not to spoil it at all. Because that...
It'd be hard not to spoil this movie just by reading the name of it.
Yeah.
I was tipped off to this movie by a couple people. One in particular, who knows who he or she is. Butt Boy is an incredibly funny movie by writer, director, and lead actor Tyler Cornack? It's Cornack. And he came up with this. It's
Cornack the Magnificent, if you're a Johnny Carson fan.
Its deadpan delivery and serious tone lend such an air of sophistication to such an incredibly absurd premise that all you can do is laugh. This movie takes deadly serious topics of serial killing and detective work and throws the biggest wrench it possibly can into the works to see what happens when shit gets real. Butt Boy takes a color-drenched neo-noir world with serious characters and forces the most emotionally vacant character to enjoy shoving things, animals, and people up his own butt so much that he becomes a serial butt shover. But my enjoyment goes so far beyond the delivery and premise of Butt Boy. When you start to realize what is happening, just in the first couple minutes of the movie, that a grown man can somehow cram picture frames, animals, dogs into his butt, the movie starts to force you to ask, is he going to shove that up his butt? Every time Chip looks at something a little too long. He looks at it and you're like, no, he couldn't put that up his butt. The tension in Butt Boy is handled with deadly seriousness, and for some reason it actually works.
Right.
The name works against and for this movie. I'll say this. It makes it really difficult to convince people that they should watch it. And they should. But when they do start watching it, they will immediately ask, is that Butt Boy? Or is Butt Boy going to put that up his butt? Or no, Butt Boy, don't put that up your butt. I have to say, after having watched Young Frankenstein recently, it's astonishing to see how far genre comedy has come in 50 years. It's become simultaneously so sophisticated and so crass that I have nothing left to say, but I just laugh. It's
It's an impressive movie. This is the premise that you would expect an independent horror that is shot with VHS tapes on purpose to like go after like the aesthetic of this is a shitty movie, no pun intended. But no, they this is deadly serious.
It achieves it.
It's like just, as well shot and well thought out as Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Nightcrawler or Drive.
Yeah. It's, maybe not as good as those, but the same,
pretty close.
Same techniques and seriousness.
Yeah. And aesthetic.
And aesthetic is given to this movie, and it works. It works way better than you'd assume it would be. It feels like such a shallow premise that you can't know where it's going, but I can tell you, it goes deep.
No pun. This is just going to be full of this.
No pun intended. So, yeah, we'll talk about it in the spoilers, but I'll just say the opening scenes, the prologue to this, I was just asking myself, how could they possibly
can this
make
be
an
hour and a
entire
half?
movie? I could see a short being made out of this, but feeling like they're going to make an entire movie out of this, I felt a sense of dread. And by the end, I enjoyed this movie so much that I would definitely watch it again. I wish I had my wife watching it with me, because it's just an enjoyable movie.
It's a very impressive feat.
Yeah.
It takes, like you said, it just shouldn't be able to have done what it did.
Yeah.
It just, on paper, it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And even when you watch it, you're just like, the crazy bastard did it. He fucking did it. He made a serious movie about shoving stuff up his butt.
And it has surprises at every turn.
Every turn. Yeah, there's some twists in this that really make you go, no. What? No.
Okay, so what score do you give it?
I give this an 8 out of 10. This may be a high 8 out of 10. This is a very enjoyable, hilarious, I laughed so hard in the first 15 minutes of this movie. It was just, and then it settled into serious feelings of dread and oh God, this is really gross and horrible and and funny and it.
I gotta say I think we're watching this at the perfect stage in our lives, just entering midlife crisis, and disaffection about life. And, it gets to the bottom of it. So, no pun intended. So, yeah, I am in perfect agreement. I give it an 8 out of 10 as well. I highly, highly recommend this movie. This is one of the most enjoyable movies we've watched this year.
Now, a lot of people are going to...
I can't see it's hard to give it more than an 8 because it is ridiculous and dumb, and it doesn't... it kind of limits itself there.
Yeah.
It can't be a great transcends time and it's good for all generations. It's no, this is very specifically the best movie this could possibly be.
Yes. Yeah, and that's a very fair assessment, I would say. It does have some, when you go to the bowling alley and you have a bunch of kids, you put the what do you call them? the bumpers on it. It does have bumpers on it. It can only achieve such a high score, but it achieves the maximum score that it
gets
can
a perfect 300 with bumpers.
Yes. That's all I can really say about it. You know, you can only gush so much in a certain direction, and I feel like we've done it.
Right.
You guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so by heading over to nightchannels.com. They have all the most impressive shirts from horror movies to music. I got some kind of alternative music shirts pulled up right now. They got a Bauhaus shirt that's pretty awesome. They got a bunch of Sonic Youth shirts. PJ Harvey, I don't know if you guys remember PJ Harvey or Portishead.
But I mean, it's a treasure trove for horror fans. Like for obscure horror, I mean, they've got a shirt for House or Hausu. At the Mountains of Madness, it's got like a Faces of Death shirt, Videodrome. Like you're not going to find these at Hot Topic.
No, yeah. Have you ever listened to Scott Walker?
No.
Oh man, they got a Scott Walker.
Oh, Scott Walker, the Dilbert guy?
No, that's Scott Adams.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know who Scott.
Anyway, Scott Walker is a amazing singer. Who they have a Scott 3 shirt on there too. Anyway, you guys should check them out. You enter HMT at checkout. That gets you 13% off. And you know, these are shirts you really won't find anywhere else.
I mean, honestly, like even if you don't think you're going to buy a t-shirt, go to nightchannels.com and browse, and you'll be surprised at how much you want some of these t-shirts. So use code HMT at checkout for 13% off.
And of course, I mentioned the One Titty Challenge. That's you enter hashtag One Titty HMT with a picture of your groomed tit next to the Lawnmower 3.0 by Manscaped.com. You use our code HMT to get you 20% off and free shipping on whatever you buy at Manscaped. And they got a nice subscription service because you're going to run out of the crop preserver and the crop reviver. You're going to run out of that stuff.
And your Lawnmower 3.0 is eventually going to get dulled.
Yeah, and you're going to need to replace the head on that thing, which is easy to do. And, you know, you can set up the frequency of the deliveries. If you don't have any Manscaped products, man, let me tell you, do yourself a favor.
I'll tell you what, like Manscaped, along with like the Dollar Shave Club, just really tapped into like
a real need.
What men really need and what you worry about. Like Dollar Shave, I don't want to go too far into Dollar Shave Club.
Which is going to the store.
Which is basically like going to the store and paying way too much for shavers. Like they tapped into it. Manscaped, it's a very specific thing where you know you got to trim. You want that like extra inch to 2 inch of visible length, depending on how thick your bush is. But you feel kind of guilty using the same trimmers that you trim your kids' heads with. You got your pube dust and hairs all over that, and you don't know where that's going next. And be honest, you're not cleaning it very thoroughly.
And this thing's got a fucking flashlight on it.
Yeah, I mean, this is tailor-made to trim
the deep, dark recesses
to the dick root. And all the nooks and crannies of your scrotum. Like it will get through it safely.
Get through those cum gutters. Boom. Get in there.
And you will not have, you know, a inkling of a scratch on you from the Lawnmower 3.0.
No, it's great. Great product. So enter HMT at checkout. That gets you 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. If you are listening to these commercials, you should know that you don't have to. If you head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/horrormovietalk, you can sign up for the 666 tier and you'll get early access to our episodes, and they don't have any ads in them. So you get to skip all this shit. You can also listen to the Afterpod, which has no commercials at all because you're paying for it. And it's that's just a podcast where we leave the mics running and keep on recording.
And we're going to be expanding tiers. You might have already seen it expanded as of this show. But yeah, just check out our Patreon and see what offers we have there, and just, support the show. There's nothing more supportive than you could do, then just give us some of your ducats.
And you know, we got a challenge going on right now. We have a goal set up to hit 100 patrons on patreon.com. And as we're recording this, we're right in the mid 70s. So we got the best fans. I know we can do it. I know you guys will help us out. So thank you in advance. And you know, when you sign up on Patreon, I'll send you a thank you card with some free HMT stickers. So check it out.
All right. And also, we would be remiss if we didn't mention our fantastic artist, Dustin Goebel. Check him out on Instagram at dgoebel00. That's at DGOEBEL00 on Instagram. And he does commissions. He's done commissions for several of our fans, and they turn out great. Just see what he does and throw him a line. Just tell him how great he is, and maybe, you know, reach out for a commission.
Also, you guys should check out Bugsy Siegel and Maxwell.R.Allen, because they've done the intro and outro to our show. Thanks again for listening. If you'd like to get a hold of the show, you can do so. Leave us a message on our voicemail at 682-253-4468. Thanks again for listening, and let's get into spoilers.
Say that again.
Spoilers.
Wow, it's a lot quieter on yours for some reason.
Yeah. Don't mess
Spoilers.
Don't mess with it. I love the levels where they are. We got the best levels. So, it's really all in the name. Butt Boy is a masterpiece for so many different reasons, starting with the title. The title of this movie makes you immediately evokes a reaction from whoever. I tried to tell my mom, who I want to get back on the show, by the way. I was like, you want to come on the show? And
Mother's Day is coming up, isn't it? Isn't it March?
Watch Butt Boy?
Or is that May?
I don't know.
When is Mother's Day?
I'm the worst at this kind of stuff. Okay. People are like, when's Father's Day? I'm like, June? Is it June? I think it is. I'm a father. I don't even know. That's my level of care about this. But
Mother's Day is May 9th, so we got to plan on getting our moms on.
Oh, both moms? Oh, what if our Mother's Day episode was just, instead of you and me, it was your mom and my mom? That would be so fucking awesome.
Oh man, we could get them to like watch Sallow.
Oh,
and
my mom would never do that. She'd be like, no.
And review it.
Or no, like, David. Ew, David. It would just be this.
Ew, David. Ew, no, David. Oh my God, ew, David.
Yeah. Why can't they just be nice?
Why can't? Oh my God, my mom says that. Does your mom say that too?
No, but I can imagine.
She says that's all she says. She just goes, "Why can't they just be nice? Why can't it? Why does it have to be gross?" It's like you're asking. That's the most absurd question you can ask. Why isn't it just nice? That defeats the purpose of the whole... Anyway, Butt Boy. Mom? I really would like the show to be just your mom and my mom and not even us in the room.
I know. It would be great.
Just them getting to know each other?
Have them talking about us.
That would be so much fun.
Oh, little Brycey, when he was a youngster,
I'm so interested to see if my mom would throw me under the bus.
I'm giving my mom a Midwestern accent for some reason. She's not Midwestern.
Well, she's got a real strong Midwest vibe to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's surprising that even you pick up on that.
She's straight out of Ogden.
So, yeah, Butt Boy, have you tried to get anybody else to watch this yet?
I mean, this was barely on my radar. Right. I feel like I've heard about it like once or twice before. I think maybe Red Letter Media might have mentioned it before. But yeah, this is definitely going to be on the list of movies that I will recommend to people that I know they have never considered watching.
Right. It's but you're going to have a tough time with it. It's a high barrier to entry just at the start. Because you're committing to sitting down and watching something called Butt Boy. It's just, that can't end well.
It really communicates tastelessness, but it's very tasteful.
This is the dichotomy of Butt Boy. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I should start off the spoilers here with basically the synopsis given to us midway in the movie,
right,
by the detective's boss. So here, I think
it's the first thing in the trailer.
I think
it?
That's what I'm going to do. Here we go. Here's the synopsis. The detective has brought the case to the case as far as he can figure to his boss to be like, this is what I'm dealing with. And his boss is reiterating it back to him. He's like, so wait, let me see if I can get this straight.
So you're asking me to go off this theory you got about a white married male who happens to be a father living in the suburbs of Critica County, who also happens to be your AA sponsor, which I might add has been secretly running around cramming objects, animals, and children up his asshole. Then he somehow digests them, and he does this in sprees, almost in serial killer fashion. Is that about it?
Uh-huh.
And then he follows up with, I'm not sure about the digestion part, but that's pretty much it.
It's not pretty much it. There's one missing piece there, which is he gains powers. He gains like extra strength from putting things up his butt.
Well, there's something supernatural going on because the amount of things that he's shoving up his ass, and they never leave. But he's not like bloated even. He's just like, he's got a dad bod and it never changes, even though he's got like, 2 or 3 children up there.
It starts so believably too, right? So he's in there for his midlife, colon check, and the doctor's like, turn around. I'm going to examine your
prostate. This is going to hurt for just a little bit.
Yeah, and then he crams his finger up his butt.
And there's like a little realization of like,
that's hey, wow, check that out.
Yeah, and then he tries to get his wife, which is one of the most believable scenes I've seen of a sex scene. They're having sex.
The most marriagey, white marriagey moment that you can possibly experience. It's perfect. It's exact.
I don't know. I feel like we have some listeners that are real freaks in the bed. Like, how do you broach the subject of doing kind of more, niche sex things, like sticking a finger up your butt? Okay. Like, it's like I'm so square that like it just feels weird,
right,
to even think about it.
You feel like you're going to be judged by bringing it up.
Yeah.
By even well, first of all,
and both me and my wife are super, had a super sheltered existence and like very, very like conservative when it comes to sex. So there's that added layer of like, if I was just like dating some freak that's like,
big old freak.
I was waiting for you to stick my hand up your ass.
Big old freak. So actually we'll get into this on the afterpod. I will divulge how you accomplish this on the afterpod. Because there's a very real and practical way to go about this. And it's easier than you might think. And I would bet that our boy Rojo from the Bronx and the person he most hates, Glittercore, taking his award. I bet they would both have advice for us. Maybe they could call in, tell us how to get your partner.
That would be like, see, that's my question is like, it feels like they'd have real ease with this. Like,
real
it would
ease.
just be an assumption of like, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, maybe Rojo, yeah, because he's not nailed down to a particular lady, as far as I can tell. But Glittercore is married.
Right.
So, and what you're having trouble with is, you've kind of got a persona that's nailed down of who Bryce is.
Right.
And there's an element of shattering that by saying, hey, tickle my butthole a little bit. Maybe go ahead and maybe spit in my mouth.
And there's there's a little bit of just empathy there that I'm like, I don't want someone to touch my dirty butthole. Like, it's dirty.
No, well, you take a shot. You say you make it all practical. You take away the barriers of entry, so to speak.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then it enters like the whole practicality of like, wow, that seems like a lot of work. Well, anyways,
I am pregnant to last 5 weeks. So can I start sex?
Back to the movie. So yeah, this is the very marriageist scene.
Tune in to the afterpod.
And he takes her hand and is kind of like...
They're fully clothed.
Putting him back there. He's like...
They're fully clothed up top.
Yeah. It's like, come on, I want to try it. Just put your finger in my butt.
Put your hand on my butt.
Ew. No.
What are you doing? She won't even touch his butt cheek.
Yeah. She's like, no.
She's like, no.
And then she's like, I'm not in the mood anymore, and walks off. So he's kind of obsessed with his butthole and the feeling of things being in it.
After that doctor.
And so he starts out small.
He starts out in a practical way.
He's got some soap.
Yeah.
It's like slippery, so it's going to go up there.
It's a sliver of soap. It's not a full bar of, Irish spring.
And then he just progressively gets bigger. It
becomes impractical very quickly.
Stuff disappears around the house. She's like, "Where's the remote?"
Yeah. And he's like, but there's always like a stare, He's always like, and he's so deadpan and he's so dead inside, that it's just like, maybe put that up my bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
put it in my butt.
And it's never addressed like, well, where does it go? Like, what is he having bowel problems? Is there an obstruction issue? And like, you just totally
pictures,
just
like picture
over.
frames, like big square 8x10s.
Right. And then it progressively gets bigger. Dogs, children.
Yeah, he's like, I bet that small dog could fit up my butt. And it never shows the scene wisely.
Right. I mean, the small stuff, it kind of shows him like,
It's pretty thick.
Yeah.
And then, so it starts out with that, like the setup, and it gets to the point where he basically kidnaps a child up his rectum. And then it says 9 years later.
But every time you're like, no, is he going to put that up his butt? And then you're like, he put it up his butt.
Yeah.
Or did he?
So this opening scene it's told through his eyes. So it seems like he's going to be the protagonist of the movie. And that's where I asked myself, like, how could they possibly make a movie out of this? Because it feels like the only thing you can do is ramp it up. Like starting going like Akira style of like, now he's putting like skyscrapers up his anus.
Right.
Like that's
impractical.
And that just doesn't seem that interesting to me. What it does instead is it switches gears and perspectives. It goes through the eyes of this detective.
Well, hang on. There's a moment where a child goes missing, and it is insinuated that he's put the baby in the park up his butt. He found a baby, and he looked at the baby, and he went, I'm putting that up my butt. And then there's like a manhunt for the baby, and you can tell he feels real remorse. He's like, I can't put any more things up my butt. I have an addiction. And then it goes 9 years later.
Yeah.
Continue. My apologies for cutting you off.
So then it switches perspectives to this detective, which is like, I don't know if you got this vibe, but like he felt like a real poor man's young Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's accurate. I mean, he definitely played it very Robert De Niro-y.
Yeah, it's very, you get the feel of like it's the detective from Serpico, played by Al Pacino, but this time it's played by Robert De Niro. So much lower key.
That's a really good point. What is it about Robert De Niro's acting style that I'm not quite able to sus.
Well,
out.
he's got the squint down, like the...
Wow! Holy shit! It's like Robert De Niro just sat down across from me. Oh my God! With the little
bit.
Gotta purse your lips a little more. Go like...
Little bit.
Shit! Wow, we need to put that on TikTok.
So,
oh my God.
It's so he's like this generic detective that is an alcoholic and joins AA and gets assigned the Butt Boy as his sponsor. And turns out he's not a great sponsor.
No.
And then
he's absent, kind of.
Yeah, and he gets put on a case of a disappeared child from the place of work of Butt Boy. I'm just going to call him Butt Boy from now on.
Yeah. Chip
the Butt Boy.
Yeah, to me, it's Chip and the detective.
Yeah.
They're the two characters in this movie.
And then he very quick, I mean, there's not even really much in the way of mystery. He almost immediately breaks the case from almost nothing, which is really impressive, which is also
especially considering the insanity of the case. Like,
right. So, like, you expect, it's got a lot of, like, fake outs and twists and turns. You think, like, this movie is going to be this thing. So you expect it's going to take time for him to crack the case and, like, the
so to speak.
the discovery and, like, the revelations. Like, no. He basically sees Chip there, and he's like, oh, well, he's sticking children up his butthole and like a serial killer, like, almost immediately.
My favorite part is so Chip has been diligent for 9 years. He's been attending AA. He's broken his addiction. He's doing what he should do. Uh-huh. He shouldn't be putting any more things up his butt. Enough people have been hurt. A child has presumably been murdered. Been put up his ass.
Uh-huh.
And so now he's gone to AA. He's got his shit under control. And what breaks him is he sits down across from the detective as his sponsor at their first meeting together in a diner at night, and he's like, you don't miss the hangovers, do you? And the detective's like, man, I miss everything about alcohol. Yeah. I miss the hangovers. I miss the way I can just forget all my problems. I miss the way it makes me feel alive. And this stirs something within Chip. He's like, my addiction too. I miss putting things up at my butt. And then the next scene,
one of the most effective scenes in the whole film. The
next scene is him playing sorry with his family, and his 9-year-old child is like, oops, sorry. And he looks at that little piece, and he's hearing the voice of the man he's sponsoring, the detective, and he's like,
his family's like gone to bed, and he's just looking at the single solitary little sorry piece,
little Hershey kiss
sitting on the coffee table, and he's just like sweating bullets.
Like, I gotta put that fucking just one little piece, just one little sorry piece. No one's gonna miss it. No one's gonna miss that sorry piece. I could just put it up my butt, and everything's gonna be okay. And I'll get that sweet fucking hit of shoving something up my butt.
And then, oh man, it's so effective.
We have to make so many drops out of this episode.
He's trying to turn away, and then like it shows him reaching out to it suddenly, and then it cuts.
It's like, right.
It's so great. I mean, the care that this movie is taken into, like, the shots and the composition and just like the storytelling of each scene is really impressive.
The tension over this sorry piece,
right?
This little blue Hershey kiss it's tattooed into my brain now. I'm like, that was the tipping point.
Yeah.
That sorry piece, when he put it up his butt and he was writhing around in like, supreme ecstasy of having crammed something up his butt after nothing's been up there for 9 years. Mm-hmm. He kicked the habit, Bryce.
Right.
And, and I'm not going to lie, there was quite a few points during this movie where I was like, this isn't horror. But,
right.
But if you take, like what I did in my synopsis for this, if you take out shoved up his butt and put in killed, you have Silence of the Lambs.
Right. No, it's definitely like a serial killer themed movie.
Yes, this man is basically, to his knowledge, he's killing dogs, he's killing babies by putting them up his anus into his dark, sweaty, gassy, stinky butt.
So it's revealed what he's doing, and so he he smuggles a kid that's at his place of work during the take your kid to work day.
Yeah.
And he's the IT guy, so he's able to smuggle out the video evidence of it.
Right.
Which, as a side, like, it's kind of great that they chose floppy disks as the media, because obviously it would not fit on a floppy disk at all.
No.
But it's just kind of funny to have that as the object.
What were those, like 3 megabytes? Yeah.
I think it was like 1.3 or maybe like 3.4 megabytes. Which
Remember
is
when
nothing.
zip drives came out? Oh my God. So much storage.
10 megabytes?
7.35 megabytes. This is going to revolutionize the world.
Remember like the 2 weeks where like every computer had a zip drive installed into it? Mm-hmm. And then almost immediately it was like, okay, well, there's Dropbox.
Remember mini discs? Sony mini discs?
Uh-huh. Man, there's like a real like...
You could put a lot of those up your butt. A lot. They were small.
So there's this...
They're like Tic Tacs of things you could put up your butt was the Sony mini disc.
Yeah, so this floppy disk kind of becomes the MacGuffin. For some reason, he can't shove that one up his butt, even though it's minuscule compared to a child or a picture frame. But he like... in the heat of the moment, he can't do it, and he puts it in his bathroom. And then there's a scene where the detective comes over for dinner at his house.
And his wife is real flirty with him.
Yeah.
And his wife is so disillusioned with Chip. She's just not interested in Chip.
Yeah.
You know, she's constantly flirting with somebody on the phone. She's flirting with the detective when he comes over. And then the detective's like, I got to use the bathroom. Chip's like, right now? He's like, yeah. Why?
I got a shit.
Okay. All right. Well, just be
so he
quick
has him
about it.
In the bathroom, and then Chip realized, like, oh, shit, that's the bathroom with the floppy in it. And there's kind of a Breaking Bad, Walt Whitman moment where he finds this floppy disk, and then it's on.
Yeah.
And so the detective definitely knows now.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he's being tailed by Butt Boy. Tailed. And he gets to like a dead end at this power plant. And this is the moment that it sails this movie over the moon of just enjoyment. Like, I was beside myself at this scene, because he gets out and he's like, confronts him. He's like, I know what you did, blah, 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 blah. I got your floppy. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
And then, Chip like charges him, and all of a sudden he's like really
powerful,
really powerful and overpowering him, and somehow.
And at this point, the idea has already been floated that Chip probably gains special powers from putting all this stuff up his butt.
Yeah, there's something going on that is not natural. Right. So Chip, the detective, gets away. He gets in his car, and here's the scene that just like, this is the best.
It's brilliant.
So all of a sudden, his driver's side window shatters.
Right.
And like a giant vacuum from like the Brave Little Toaster.
Yeah.
Like stuff gets sucked out of his car. Like the floppy gets sucked out, and like he's like seriously being sucked out. Like he's getting suctioned out into space.
Like the vacuum of outer space is outside, and he looks in his rear view. And there's Chip's bent over with you can see his butt sucking everything up.
Yeah, and you see him like holding open his cheeks.
And the camera is real wiggly. It's like, ah! The vortex of Chip's butt is sucking. And it's just like Aliens.
Yeah.
Just like.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
And as a result, the detective gets sucked up into Chip's butt.
Yeah.
And then
you see
we get
what
to
happens.
see what's going on in Chip's butt. The cavernous, hellish hellscape of Chip's vast colon.
Right.
is represented in dark brimstone red hues and gaseous, and everything's covered in shit.
Yeah.
Because it's a poop shoot.
And
because it's
everything he's ever shoved up his ass that we've seen from the beginning of the movie is in there.
Including not just one 9-year-old boy, but 2 9-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Their first little baby
Right.
that was originally murdered by Chip wasn't actually murdered. He's lived on poop with no people for 9 years.
Yeah. Just eating shit.
Eating shit, and just this is the only life he knows.
Like, it's man, what'd be the likeness of it? So
it's like
this other world with
it's like
its own
the Jungle
rules.
Book.
Yeah.
You know, kinda.
Yeah.
He's like he was abandoned.
Mowgli, yeah.
Mowgli was abandoned by
He was
people.
raised by shit.
So he was raised by shit.
So
raised by dingleberries.
That whole thing is going on, and there's like pitfalls and monsters inside of his asshole, basically his farts.
It's a fart.
No! And they run away.
Yeah.
And it's just bizarre, the world that they create in his ass. And then on the outside you see, Chip going about his day.
Life is just normal for Chip.
He's getting on. Oh, wait. We skipped over it. He didn't get sucked in at the power plant the first time.
It was
he
laser
escapes.
tag. Yeah.
He escapes and then confronts him at laser tag, and that's when he gets sucked up his butt.
And Chip gets shot.
Yeah, Chip gets shot, and then he's considered
by the detective.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apologies.
For some reason, Chip is considered a hero because he got shot.
Right.
I guess. And then
yes, that is vague. I was like, why are people calling Chip the hero? Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were confused by that as well. It wasn't immediately clear to me. Maybe somebody else who's seen the movie can call in and tell us why. Why is Chip considered the hero? I even went back and tried to suss it out, and I couldn't figure it.
Yeah. And so there's a couple couple twists when it comes to being inside of his asshole. He takes like a stomach serum, and that's like poisonous to them inside his butt.
It's like,
and they're trying to like get out,
like probiotics or something.
Eventually, the detective figures out how to get stuff out of his ass, which I think the rule is it just has to go back in order of what came in first, because that's kind of the order it went. I don't know if that was a prerequisite or if that was just a storytelling element.
One element that we missed during the diner scene was...
Yeah. This is the most important.
It's a very important little tidbit, which is the detective was like, I put this hot sauce shit on everything. And Chip's like, not me, man. That just turns my
No, he
stomach.
Specifically says, nah, I can't have it. If I had that much, I'd explode. Like, he specifically says those words.
Yeah, okay.
And this is the mark of a great movie.
Right.
Like, the amount, and this is one of the things that, like, red letter media point out all the time, so I'm very cognizant of it, of how good a script is basically how well it sets up things in the first act for later in the movie. And this is one of those moments where
it's constantly doing that. This whole movie is that.
Very subtly, like, puts this out there. It's memorable enough that you're not going to forget it.
Yeah.
Because, like, the detective is, like, submerging his breakfast in hot sauce. And it's bothering Chip. And he's like, okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Please,
as your sponsor.
Please stop.
Jesus Christ, stop. And so he doesn't like hot sauce. And so the end of the movie is it seems like all hope is lost. Chip
for the detective and the two children and dog up Chip's butt.
Chip has figured out how to stop things coming out of his butt by taking the stomach serum, and it's poisoning those inside. And then detective realizes, I've still got my holster of hot sauce. Whoa. And he just starts pouring it out inside his butt's hole. And while Chip is getting like
a big award for being a hero.
Yeah. And then the end is...
Yeah, Chip just explodes. I mean, in blood, and shit, and everyone's covered in blood and shit, and there's the detective and
the children,
the boy with who Chip originally put up his butt 9 years ago.
Turns out
that's the detective's son. that was lost. And because this whole movie, people are like,
Yeah.
Detective Gutchell, are you going to have kids? And he's like, you can see there's pain there around it. And then in Chip's bowels, he meets his son, who was the original victim of Chip's butt shoving.
Of Butt Boy. Yeah, I don't know if we've conveyed this enough of how good this movie is and how much it like has no business being this good or thoughtful.
Yeah.
Or interesting. But like, yeah,
in the end,
you got to see this movie. Even after us describing all of this,
you still don't know.
You still have to watch it to get the tone.
Yeah.
And the feel of this movie.
By the way,
which communicates a very specific thing about like disenchanted midlife. Like,
yeah.
It's like, yeah, my life is plain and miserable. Like,
and I get joy from putting things up my butt.
What if I just spiced it up with this thing and then all of a sudden you get obsessed with it? Like, this is my thing now.
I should mention, you like I said, you can watch this on Amazon right now for free if you have Prime. But if you'd like to help out the show directly, you can go to our website, horrormovietalk.com, go to the episodes tab, and then find Butt Boy. And you can scroll down and find the link that I put on there that says watch on Amazon. Watch Butt Boy, and you click that link, and then anything you buy on Amazon for the next 24 hours, we get a little slice of. That's another great way to support the show. Is you can go to or just click on the button at the top of our site that says buy stuff on Amazon, and we get a little taste of every purchase.
Click on the butt.
Yeah, button. Very good.
All right. So who would like this movie?
Unironically, most people.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a good sense of humor, this is just a hole in one.
If you have, like, an adolescent sense of humor still.
Yeah, right.
Like,
well, then you're obviously listening to this show.
Right.
First of all.
Like, it's fantastic. It is not, like, heady. It's on the opposite end of heady, really.
It's buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, butt-tea.
And, definitely, this is one that I'm going to recommend to people. And I will not be embarrassed. The other day I was on a call, like kind of a happy hour call with my coworkers, and even just recommending something like The Invisible Man, which is a fantastic movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't have to be in horror movies to love it. And people are still like, yeah, okay, all right.
What?
This guy, the horror movie podcast guy, is recommending The Invisible Man. Okay. Like, people don't know how many great movies there are, like, in the horror genre. And admittedly, there's a lot of shit. No pun intended. But there's great, like, gems in this genre that that's what I really enjoy about the podcast, is discovering them and appreciating them while getting through a lot of the mediocrity.
Oh yeah, that's so telling really about them.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're some sort of fucking elitist. Like, I know all the stuff that I like isn't great.
Right.
But it's not fucking Imagine Dragons, some boring fucking generic piece of shit that anybody could fart out. Coldplay bullshit. Get your fucking Beatles out of here, asshole. Hey, you. Yeah, I said it. Fucking Beatles.
With my Beatles poster hanging behind me.
They're constantly looking at me. They're so judgmental. Look at George and Ringo. They're just angrily stare at me every single day.
Yeah, well.
Wow, fuck you. So anyway, yeah, I'd say check out Butt Boy no matter who you are. So with that, let's get into Taglines. Here's Taglines. Taglines is a little bit where we come up with funny, interesting scary and even cringy. Taglines for the movie that we just watched.
By the way, what was the thing you wrote down in Society with the pen that you didn't want to forget? Did you forget it?
No, I remembered.
Okay.
I brought it up.
Never mind. All right.
We are pre-recording this by 1 week. So we're 1 week off from our normal ability to be on time. Okay, so taglines. How many do you have?
I've got 4.
Okay, then I'll go first. Here we go. Butt boy. Who thought putting things up your butt would be this much fun? Okay, pretty lame.
Butt boy. Turns out the upside down in Stranger Things was just inside some dude's butt.
The second season.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, no. First season as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of very ass-like.
Very, like, it's almost exactly like the upside down.
Yeah, but with...
Except red.
Yeah, but in
And with shit.
Right. Butt boy. Freeze! Lay on the ground and stretch out. Prostrate. Not prostate. Prostate. Stretch out prostate. Damn
okay,
it.
there you go.
Damn. Oh, I've messed up my own.
You want to try it again?
Yeah. Freeze! Lay on the ground and stretch out prostate.
Okay. Butt boy.
That wasn't any better. It was equally embarrassing.
Butt boy. Someday he'll be a butt man.
Okay. Yeah, who really was the butt boy?
Yeah.
Who aren't we all kind of the butt boy?
Kind of the butt boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone has a little butt boy in them.
Boy, apropos for taglines. You got a free one there. Butt boy. The answer to the age-old question, can I put this up my butt?
Mm-hmm. This one is a quote from Walt Whitman.
Okay. Leaves and grass my ass.
My butt is large. It contains multitudes.
What?
It's a lesser-known quote from Walt Whitman.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow. Walt Whitman. I mean, he was gay, right?
I don't know, actually.
I think he was.
Okay.
I think he was. Butt boy. Mild-mannered Chip has a lot... Hang on, let me try that again. Mild-mannered Chip has a lot more kink than you could possibly dream. But you'll have to sniff around the back door to find it.
Puns. That's pretty good.
That was just the trailer version of the teaser trailer,
Okay.
you know?
All right, my last one is Butt Boy.
Your butt is wide, well mine is too. Just watch your mouth, or I'll sit on you.
The word is out, better treat me right, 'cause I'm the king of cellulite. Ham on whole wheat. All right. Okay. Butt boy. Ass play. Just say no. There you go. There's taglines for Butt Boy. Hey,
what an enjoyable movie.
What an
enjoyable episode.
Who knew?
You know, just when I start getting like jaded about mediocre like horror movies, especially like independent ones where like you got to watch this kooky take on buttholes. I'm like, oh god.
Oh, now they're actually making me watch a piece of shit.
Like, then here comes along Butt Boy and just blows me out of the water.
just blows my ass off.
Yeah.
We had way too much fun recording this episode, you guys. Thank you for listening. You make sure to share this with a friend, especially this episode, because you're going to have a hard time convincing them to watch the movie unless they at least listen to this episode. So share it with a friend. So like, subscribe, share, save, click that bell. And special thanks to Rojo from the Brinks for being a cool dude and you know, be good people to each other. We love you very much. Call the show at 682-253. Wait, 682-253-4468. amazing people to each other. Support our sponsors because it helps us out a lot and we want to grow. We're going to be the biggest motherfucking horror movie review show on earth. Goodbye. I love you.
Looking for a podcast full of burps and gas, perverted cast, skinny and fat? Look no further. Horror Movie Talk is accidentally funny, begs to donate money, fake sponsors for dummies, and so much more. New episodes every hump day. They'll pickle your dickle for foreplay. Patreon members have it your way. Vote for a movie every month for the review. Choppa choppa, don't just stare at it, eat it like a taco. Put your tongue through the phone hoodie, Picasso. Look at them hot kids, swear not a pedo. Got me too'd with Cosby eating jello. Pudding Pops done gave Bryce flatulence. Drain addict Dave doesn't give a shit. 1 through 10, is it horrible or excellent? Oil me up, daddy, is dinner Robinson. Kiss Bryce Hansen. Look at them hot kids, Chris Henson. Masturbate with a crucifix, exorcist. Face huggers, chest bursters, alien. Linda Blair peed on Sigourney Weaver. I know it's true cause it came from social media. Patrick Bateman can't understand you. Stab you to death for rotten apple reviews. Opinionated podcaster with a doctorate. Spookology, doctor of philosophy. Bad gastritis, need colostomy. Turn Patreons into human centipedes. David Doobie Day, scare him, no expert. And Global Fucks hard, professional sexpert. Afterpods, taglines, and porno flicks. American Psycho, them guys pretty sick. Choppa choppa, don't just stare at it, eat it like a taco. Put your tongue through the phone hoodie, Picasso. Look at them hot kids, swear not a pedo. Got me too'd with Cosby eating jello. Pudding Pops done gave Bryce flatulence. Drain addict Dave doesn't give a shit. 1 through 10, is it horrible or excellent? Oil me up, daddy, is dinner Robs. Nothing good happens in the woods. Always get more than you bargained for. Got a pickle to dickle, machines tickle bitties. Killer on the phone, ain't no sharing stove. Vancouver, Portland, Oregon, and organs. Corona, COVID, curse, Lorona. Green River Killer, because reasons. Hallway of poop monster kids screaming. Ain't your ordinary dingleberry itinerary. 30 days shutter and jump scares, they fucking scary. Time for the spoilers with jokes and tropes. Use their white socks to catch their loads. To show them one titty, pretty. Paganism you should worship, they Teflon dicks. Pacific Northwest, let them see one breast. Shifty eyes stay spooky, poor man's digress. Bugsy, HMT, horror movie talk. Hold on, they don't like Halloween. Fuck them.